What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Box Out Boys podcast. We are the NBA podcast of the people. Your home for lukewarm takes and substandard analysis. I'm Titus, Two Shots Dominguez, and joining me tonight, it's the tweet god, Chris Gorman. Hit him with the stats, Chris.
Hey! I don't have a stat tonight. More of a fun fact. So, in 1997. It was considered the worst dunk contest of all time, featuring Kobe Bryant, Ray Allen, Chris Carr, Michael Finley, Darvin Ham, and Bob Sir. That's right. You heard Ray Allen did the dunk contest. Kobe won by default, basically. And the dunk contest was so bad that the next year was replaced by an event called Two Ball, featuring NBA and WNBA players in a shooting competition. Coincidentally, the 97 dunk contest and the one that we had few days ago both took place in Cleveland, Ohio. So maybe we'll replace this with two ball. Bring two ball back.
It's the black hole of dunk contest. We're going to get into that and so much more tonight. Two ball is no long boss tonight. He's busy with other engagements. I forget what he's got going on. He's at his all-star break.
His kids don't sleep.
His kids don't sleep. And making a sound as delicious as dub. It's the dope boy, the professional Adam Bruns. How are the levels tonight, Adam?
Splendiferous.
Wow.
Hey, where you go? It sounded very well. There it is. That's what I was waiting for. Well, we're talking All-Star Weekend. A lot happening here. All right, we already got some comments here. Both the worst. I'm trying to. Oh, Cleveland and the dunk contest.
Early.
I just talking about the show.
Talking about the dunk contest.
During the dunk contest, it was the worst. Yeah, we got a lot happening over the weekend. A lot of NBA news we're going to touch on a little bit later in the show. But first, All-Star Weekend. Chris said before the show you watched more of it than you thought you were going to, which is pretty cool. I'm always usually locked in on the All-Star Weekend. We had the game Sunday night. We had Saturday night with dunk contest, three-point contest, skills competition, and Friday night at the Rising Stars. None of us really watched the Rising Stars.
We can skip Friday night.
So we're going to skip Friday night. We're going to move right into Saturday night.
Congrats, Cade.
Congrats, Cade, and the MVP. Yep, and congrats to it was Team Barry for taking home the title there, the Rising Stars. But that was fun. But not this year. We're not going to cover that. So skills, 3-point dunk contest to start with one of those. You want to just get right into the meat of it? Skills. All right, let's
go with skills. Skills was cool. I like the rookie Cavs. But actually, the teams were so random.
Yeah, they were very random. It was a new team dynamic.
There was no theme. It was just, here's some three random rookies. No, we're not random. They're Giddy's really skillful. I don't know what Scotty Barnes, like, whatever. And then,
but I mean, what was the reasoning behind those three rookies? It was just here's three guys.
They want to play, and then we had the Cavs who had a rookie on there in the team too.
Yeah, we had a rookie.
And then Giannis brothers, who apparently there's an Alex too. I didn't know there's an Alex in the G League.
G League, right? Yep.
I know there's a Costas, so there's 4 of them so far that we've heard about in the NBA.
They can rotate him in. Yeah, that was some interesting approaches to that. So they had like the 3 different events. If you won the event, you got 100 points, and then if you won the final event, you got 200 points. The relay, and that was kind of who won the final thing, right? Because the Cavs won.
They only won that one.
They only won that one, yeah.
And then I guess they win the whole thing.
So I thought it was kind of weird that they, like, why didn't they just give them the points that they were getting? So like in the first shooting challenge, they scored whatever it was, X amount of points, 70 or 80 points, and then whoever had the most points won 100 points for.
Right? Don't you think you could just accumulate those points instead of just default, 100 then 0 and 0? No, it's kind of lazily put together. It seemed like a last minute ad. Like, this is the first year of this iteration of the skills challenge, right? Like, they keep trying to find ways to, like, what's the best way to showcase a basketball player's skills? They did it like with the cones a few years ago and the ball through the hole. This was no skill was really involved in this. You, me, and Adam could have done this contest and gotten some points. I don't know, man. It was fun though. It was a fun thing to watch. It was better than Curry, than Stephen Curry and Aisha Curry's
game segment.
Yeah, what show was that about last night?
Last night. Michelle liked that segment.
Yeah,
my wife liked that segment.
It's fine. It was the wrong place for it. I feel like
wrong
place, wrong time. But Skills. I don't know, man. I like the skills. I want them to keep bringing it back. I don't want to. I like the skills challenge.
Yeah, I was really rooting for the brothers, the Antetokounmpos. I thought they had a weird strategy though. Giannis went first in every event, and I kind of feel like shouldn't he be your closer? Like in the shooting one, all right, he goes first. It sets I think he had a decent mark. He came out hot. He had the 5-pointer and the 3-pointer right away, and then I think that's all he had. He had 8 points. But then neither of his brothers did much. So I was thinking, like, all right, well, if you had him kind of closing it out, wouldn't he be the guy to, like, all right, I know we need X amount of points. Let's finish it out. But like the way the Cavs were doing it, where Darius Garland was the anchor to all their stuff,
which made sense because
especially
the most skillful man on the court. Yeah, didn't Alex have to do the shootout or the 3-point tiebreaker?
Yeah,
he was the closer, which was super weird. I'm seeing Giannis on the sideline, like
well, his G League brother.
I feel like this should be Giannis.
Yeah, he should be Giannis.
But it was all for fun, so who cares?
Yeah, but I did like the team dynamics. I think that'll be a cool element to bring into it, and kind of how you can kind of shape up teams would be interesting. But overall, it's a social event. I think that some of the tweaks they made worked out good, and some of the other things I think they still need to iron out some wrinkles.
Another positive thing I'll say about it is it was better than. Do you remember the year they did Horse?
Yeah,
I think it was like OJ Mayo against Kevin Durant. I'd rather see more skills challenge stuff because people are moving around. There's still some competition with it.
Yeah,
let's just keep that rolling. If you could make a trophy for the winner of the dunk contest, what would you have it on? Okay, we can get to that question.
Okay, I was saving she got a couple of dunk contest ones, so we'll get to those.
Should we talk about the three? Oh, sorry.
Let's go ahead. Talk about the 3-point contest. So a lot of people in this one, pretty good, field. CJ, Trey, Zach, Desmond Bain, Kat, who spoiler alert, ended up winning the whole thing. Van Vliet, Luke Kennard, and Patty Mills.
We should have done predictions. I was going to pick Kat, and I assumed Joey would have picked Levine.
Yeah.
And you would have had to take Trey because you love Trey Young, right? And I don't know. What are your thoughts on the 3-point contest? This is my favorite event. So let's just
I mean, I thought it was a really good event. It's always a pretty solid event. There's really no down years ever in the 3-point contest. Somebody always gets hot. It was Cat got really hot there in that final round. It was on fire. I was a little disappointed in Zach's performance. I think he only had 14 points.
Yeah, he was a little lackluster.
Other than that, I really don't remember too many other performances. I don't think. Well, no, Trey made it to the final, right? He was in the final.
Trey made it. Trey, Luke Kennard, and Kat.
I just kind of remember Kat going off that last round. I do like the do balls and the do zone. I think that's kind of an interesting wrinkle.
Yeah, they were knocking that. I think Reggie Miller was knocking it. I liked it. I kind of like it.
Step back. I mean, I know it kind of breaks guys' rhythm sometimes.
It's kind of but I kind of like that it breaks the rhythm. I don't know. I guess Reggie Miller's a purist.
He's purist. He's a 3-point contest purist. I love the do ball itself, the neon green.
Yeah,
I was like,
makes me want to drink some delicious diet Mountain Dew.
We were definitely looking on eBay, seeing if we can acquire an older dew ball.
Yeah.
Just
a neon green. You could probably get neon. They probably sell those at like carnivals or state fairs.
You can buy like a neon green ball, but we want the actual dew ball. So I was thinking about this, like what happens with the balls?
Yeah, look that one up, Adam. I'm gonna be like Joe Rogan now.
Right.
They look that one up.
Look that one up. What happens to the 3-point contest balls? Like, if I could get a money ball, like I'd pay $50 for a money ball. $100?
Yeah, I imagine they would sell those and then all proceeds would go to a charity, right? That's usually how the NBA does it.
Something.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'd bid on that.
We should look into this. Adam, look into this.
Can we purchase a 3-point contest?
Can we get a Box Out Boys money ball?
Box Out Boys. Oh man, bring that to the.
What am I looking for now? I'm trying to figure it out.
The 3-point contest balls. There's like 25 of them, or 27 of them, I guess, right? And they all use the same one. They gotta go somewhere. You can't just put them in a vault and lock them up.
We're trying to see if the NBA is selling these after the event. Like,
let's do like a silent auction. Have Kat sign a few of them.
Basically, how can we get a dew ball or a what's the other ball? A money ball for our Box Out Boys studios.
They sell. Oh, is this it? Wait.
I think he might be on them. Well,
Might be on it.
Spalding 2019 NBA All-Star 3-point contest Moneyball basketball.
How much is it?
Sounds like it.
It looks. Yeah, it looks. It looks. Yeah, it says 129.
That's actually not bad.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
Add to cart.
Add to cart. Yep.
Right, add that to cart. All right.
It'll be at your house tomorrow. Shipping is $15 on a
But
rubber ball.
who was your favorite going into it, Titus? Did you think much about the 3-point contest? We didn't do any predictions, which
we didn't do like honestly, I think I don't have a player I don't think I would have been rooting for other than Zach. Like Zach would have been my guy. But I don't think I would have like predicted him to win it just because he's never really been in the mix in it, even though he's gone in it 3 years in a row. But he would have been my guy I would have been rooting for. I was happy that Cat won it. I think that was kind of cool.
Yeah, man. Seeing a big man win it, you know how like my big man like that. Just seeing Cat do it like that and his set shot, it's just so smooth and it's so consistent. It's kind of perfect for this kind of contest.
Yeah. That was kind of cool. Go ahead.
I was expecting more out of Patty Mills. That he is like the perfect stroke. And he just didn't look like he cared as much for this one. Trae Young was kind of expected because his release is so consistent, so quick, so easy. Luke Kennard was kind of fun to see. He's having a resurgence this year, especially. Yeah, living up to that 4-year, $64 million contract he signed a couple years ago with the Clippers. But man, Cat, everything he does now, like on Twitter, on Twitch, he's just like, I told you. It was 12-1 odds. I didn't know it was 12-1 odds. I would have taken those.
Best bet of the week.
That would have been the best bet of the week, man. Just take the lowest guy.
Those are good odds for the best shooting big man. I know I did like that because he did say, early in the season he was the best shooting big man, and then come out and and win the contest was pretty cool. So
he's probably okay. I would never say that he's the best. He's probably the best shooting big man. He's a better 3-point shooter than Dirk because Dirk didn't have to shoot as many threes as Cat has to today, right? It's a different era,
quantity,
right? But it's like,
well, I would also say because Cat to me is a true like back to the basket big man. Like Dirk was more of a hybrid forward guard type player. So
he was a mid range guy. Yeah.
And it was a ball handler and all that stuff. Where Cat is straight up a big man, a center.
What's so funny with Cat coming out of Kentucky, I don't think he really shot threes that much at Kentucky.
I don't remember that.
He was, that 1 year he was there, but
for the 1 year he was there.
But I don't know. I'm not. The only reason I think people don't want to call Cat the best shooter of all time is because what Dirk did, like in the clutch, he's going to come through for you. It's kind of like what DeMar does now for the Bulls. Is Cat. I don't know if you can trust Cat to do that yet. Maybe if the Timberwolves win a playoff round this year, then we can talk about that. But yeah,
well,
I think to see him win the contest.
I think they're like when they say, because I think they were saying it on the broadcast, like the best shooting or 7-footer. And that's where I would go, all right, that's Dirk. That's like your Durant. There was another guy they were talking about. I forget who it was. I'm like, all right, those are 7-footers. But to me, I kind of get the argument a little bit that Cat is a true center position player. And he's
if you want to talk about 7-footers, it's obviously Kevin Durant. That's it's case closed.
He's the best 7-foot shooter of all time.
Yeah. Anyways, 3-point contest, best event there is. Another great year of the 3-point contest. Luke Kennard looked like the guy that was going to win it, and then fun to see Cat just blow him out of the water. It was fantastic.
What did he get? He had like 8 in a row or something at one point.
Yeah, he had 8 in a row. He had 29, but he could have easily had like 33, 35.
He had a minute with that last ball. He just didn't put it in, I believe.
Yeah,
that would have been cool. Because he tied the all-time record, right? 29.
No one's broken 30. That's what it is. Okay, I think you're right.
I couldn't remember if it was 28 and then he broke it and he set it at 29. But I forgot to look.
I think you're right. I think they tied it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he tied it.
I don't even know why I'm trying to push us to go talk about the dunk contest, but
let's just do it, man.
So, I was slightly. Oh, can you list the 4 guys?
So it's Obi Toppin was the winner. Juan Toscano
Huh?
Anderson in the finalist, Jalen Green and Cole Anthony.
Oh, right. Jalen Green was the favorite going in. Okay, so I liked what
This guy didn't even land a dunk, man.
No. Okay,
he couldn't dunk.
Can we just stop? That's the summation of the dunk contest.
Just get
and
some
Cole
guys that can
Anthony,
dunk.
and he didn't. Yeah, like Cole Anthony's like, I can dunk so well. I'm gonna put on some Tims, and I'm really gonna try to dunk.
Yeah.
The guy dunk without. Then he didn't wear the Tims for his second dunk. He still missed all of his dunks.
Let me. I don't know how many people caught this, but I caught it and it was hilarious. So while we're watching it, they were doing the warm-ups before the first dunk in the Tims. Cole Anthony missed that dunk because I saw him do the windmill and he hit the front of the iron. He was short. It was like 5 minutes before they go on. So then
I saw that too.
So he puts the Tims on, tries to dunk, and I turned to my wife, Michelle, I go, he's not going to make this. He just missed this dunk in practice. Like, what do you mean? Like, you missed it in practice, dude. 5 minutes ago, I watched you miss it, and you're going to put on worse shoes, and now you're going to get over the rim? It was embarrassing.
Yeah, I wish he had just put the shoes on before it was like, all right, Cole Anthony, you're up. It's like now we're all waiting. Like, can he just put on the shoes beforehand? I don't know.
Fresh out of the box, this dude was lacing them up, man.
It was rough.
It was rough. That was but like, you know what? I was like, all right, let's just see where this goes. This could be cool. And then just the weak.
Yeah, it was
dunks.
bad, man. And then Jalen Green had a crazy idea of a dunk. Was like the player, his buddy was gonna throw it off the back of the side of the backboard, then he was gonna windmill it in. And it's like, has he ever landed that dunk? Like, I would like to just see a video of him actually completing it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, like, why he couldn't seem to do that. It was really weird. And the guy that was passing it clearly was not setting it up right. It was just terrible pass.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta work with this guy a little bit, man. You got to give him a couple of test runs here.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Obi Toppin won with a behind. It's funny because now I make sure I say behind one leg dunk because Aaron Gordon went nuts with it behind the under two legs, which should be the bar now. Like, if you're gonna go, between legs, do between two legs, not just one. So I
think Juan Toscano Anderson, his first dunk was all right. I think he missed it a couple of attempts, and then he got it.
Yeah.
But then he had nothing else. Like, he was like, dude, I was not prepared to make the finals.
Right. Yeah. I think everyone assumed it was going to be Jalen Green. And then when you see him not able to land a dunk, it's like, oh, I guess Obi Toppin and honestly, Obi Toppin's the 6th, 7th man on the roster. Juan Toscano Anderson, sometimes not even in the rotation, depending on the night.
I didn't even know really, because he's Hispanic and I'm Mexican. I was like, oh, he had the flag on and the shoes.
Oh, yeah,
that's
a cool jersey.
Dope. I was telling Michelle, like, I didn't even know there was a Hispanic guy in here. This is great. I'm kind of rooting for him now, I guess. Do I have to root for him?
I guess I have to.
And then I was like, dude, but you can't dunk. And I was like, come on, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Like what I said at the top, when the last time they had dunk contest as bad as this one, when Ray Allen was in it, apparently.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
They just canceled it. They should honestly have just canceled it. Like, don't include guys that aren't at least in the skills challenge, or at least not in the skill, but at least in the Rising Stars game. If you're not in the Rising Stars game or in the All-Star game, you can't do the dunk contest.
Yeah, I agree. So real quick, it shows comment from Baskets Be Awesome. Dunk contest can only go up. So we've kind of bitched on it enough.
Yeah.
What can we do? Do you think it is just getting the names? Like, hey, if you're coming, I heard that kind of bandied around this past week of if you're in the All-Star game for the first time or you're in the Rising Stars, you have to do the dunk contest or you got to do one.
Oh, that's funny. Honestly, why didn't John Morant do it? Why he's like no interest in it?
Apparently not. They asked him during the All-Star game, like, hey, next year, please do this. And he's like, I don't know.
Man.
But that's what, like, John needed to do it.
It felt like I don't understand why you wouldn't. There's so much good history behind the dunk contest with Dominique, Mike, MJ, of course. Like,
because the one thing that did bother me, everybody's like, "Oh, dunk contest is broken." I'm like, it's not. When you get guys that do it, it was what 2016 was Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that long ago. It was like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah,
That
and
was an insane dunk.
I mean, when
contest.
Nate Robinson and Dwight were doing it, that was fun. It got a little cheesy the third time Dwight put on the Superman cape, but it was still fun the first 2 times.
Yeah, it's still cool.
And then even like Gerald Green was even fun. Like he just had explosive dunks. If you're gonna have like bad guys, if you're not bad guys, but if you're gonna have guys that are low on the roster, they better be like the big like Hamidou Diallo. He's on he used to play for Thunder, now he's on the Pistons. I think that guy did it one year. He seems like a guy that could do it. Derrick Jones Jr. obviously, I'm pretty sure he won it, right?
He won it, yeah. He won it the year that was the other year Aaron Gordon got robbed.
Did Aaron Gordon never won it?
He's never won.
That's amazing.
He has like 3 or 4 of the best dunks ever.
Yeah.
Dunk contest.
Iconic.
And he's never won a dunk contest. It's ridiculous.
And he's never going. I don't know.
No, he's never going
he's
to.
Probably never going to win.
He's done.
All right, what's this basket's question here? I'll pull it up. If you could make a trophy for the winner of the dunk contest, what would you have on it? So, like, can we put a player on it? Like, should it be like the MJ?
Yeah,
like,
that's
from
actually
the free throw line dunk.
I thought of is the MJ.
That has to be it, right? Or would you put Dr. J on it because he's kind of the first?
I would
dunk. I don't know.
I think I would have the MJ. Like it would just be like this. Kind of look at how the MVP trophy looks, like where it's like that dark brown, and it's just that silhouette outline of MJ with the legs kicked back and the.
I kind of wish they did have players on there, like players that you thought like MJ is good for the dunk contest. Then for the 3-point contest, you would have Larry Bird on there because he had like the most iconic line of who's coming in second, in the locker room. He was trash talking for the All-Star, the 3-point contest. Like, imagine how much trash talking that guy was doing in playoff games.
That guy's a legend, Larry Legend, man. That's what you need to. You need a little bit of attitude in it, and you could tell kind of right away these guys. They know they're not like they just don't have the confidence of like a Ja or of a. They
kind of felt like they knew they shouldn't have been there. I don't want to be mean about it, but like they really, they were kind of like, hey, come on, crowd,
please, please help me out. I got to get a little bit amped up, but I don't know if it was the audio too, but just the crowd just seemed dead in general on Saturday night. It didn't seem like it was too hyped. Even for most of the day on Sunday.
Oh, it's funny. Was it the audio?
Well, I couldn't tell. Like, maybe. I kept asking them, like, is it just like the way that they have this mix where you just can't hear the crowd? Or
they never panned to the crowd, so we don't even know how many people were there.
Yeah, I mean, the few shots I saw, like high shots, it didn't look like there was many people there Saturday night.
Yeah,
and I don't know if there was like restrictions or anything for COVID or whatnot, but
I don't know what's going on in Cleveland.
Yeah, hopefully next year we get a better dunk contest. I don't know. I think to be Ja. Who's that guy? I'm blanking as Anthony up in.
Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards.
Why didn't Anthony Edwards? Oh, he didn't make. I think he would do it if he was an all-star. He felt he was kind of snubbed, like kind of.
Yeah, like a
deep
snub.
He's like a top 5 guy that like. All right, he's like number 2 or 3 on the list. I don't know.
No, but like I think I saw it was him, Ja. And there was one other dude. People were like, "This should be the dunk contest next year." I was like, "Yeah, you get those guys. They're just going to be good." But moving on, Sunday night, the All-Star Game. Team LeBron won again. He's 5-0 in All-Star games, drafting as
in this format.
New format.
That's the caveat, right? Yeah.
Yep. Which is still ridiculous. These 5-0, kind of crazy. 163, 160. The Elam ending was pretty cool again. But the talk of the night was Steph Curry going off for 50 points and 16 threes.
Yeah. He did not get he got 50 points, right? The record was 52.
Yeah, 52.
So he did not get the record.
He was gunning for it at the end, but he just didn't splash one. And then LeBron with the dagger to close it out in Cleveland.
That was okay. Let's just talk about that real quick. Let's just talk about the ending of the game. LeBron hitting that shot in Cleveland. It was just like, I think it was Richard Jefferson, who was a fantastic announcer for the whole game. Just like, Cleveland. And then he turns around and hits it. This is for you. And it's just like, it just made the moment so much better because it was kind of, it's just an all-star. Who cares? But
yeah,
it's perfect.
But it was a great moment.
Yeah. Okay. It was so funny because he was posting up Zach LaVine. So there's that caveat to it. My favorite part of it is that he was in the post and it was kind of in the area like on the side, right? And then you see Embiid running over to try to block the shot too, and just not making it there in time. It just felt like Embiid was getting flashes of what Kawhi did to him, in the playoffs 2 years ago. It's just like, not again. I'm gonna, just Embiid just couldn't do it.
He just couldn't. He was gunning too for he wanted the MVP. I know he said
he probably would have been if they had won, because he was sneakily.
Well, if Steph hadn't had,
team.
Embiid was playing out of his head. It's just that Steph was on fire. Like, because they were talking about. I don't know which broadcast you were watching. I think we were watching the same one, the regular broadcast. But they were talking about, like, would Steph win it no matter what? Like, even if they lost, would he still win the MVP?
He probably would have.
Yeah. I think it would have been close. I don't know. I think Embiid might have got the bump there, but that would have been wild.
Curry it was just so fun to watch Stephen Curry. Like, the way he hits a three, he just throws it up. He turns around. He's talking to the people in the crowd. He's done that so many times now. But it's still awesome every time. And
that one was so ridiculous. There's that iconic photo that's been going around socials this past week of the ball splashing through the net. The net, like, flipped up, and then he's just completely turned around the other way.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And asking the crowd, "Did that go in? Did that go in?"
He had a 1-footer at the top of the key. He's just playing around out there, man. It was awesome. But a couple of other notes. I call it like the last 2 minutes, but the format was awesome because they did and I think they made it so, like, 1 team won the first quarter, 1 team won the second quarter, just to give charity money on both sides.
Yeah.
And then but the team, whoever had the lead in the third quarter, so it's kind of an Elam ending, but it was kind of like a pseudo, like a fun version, because they just added 24 points in honor of Kobe to whoever was winning. Right. And Elam ending, man, it just makes so much more sense, because then there's a score, everyone gets excited, like, oh, the game's gonna end soon, but we don't know exactly when. That's how games should end. And I really hope they hit this. But what was cool is DeMar DeRozan hit a shot at the end to help his team win. Levine hit the last 2 shots, which was nice to see. Levine hitting shots in the fourth quarter again, and actually, stepping up and being there in the clutch
minutes in the All-Star game.
Yeah, like, well, hopefully that can translate to the regular season again for Levine. But
no, I think last year was last season. Like, Lowry, Harden, and all those guys were out there at the end. I'm trying to remember, because when was the first Elam ending? Was that last All-Star break?
Last year or 2 years ago?
Or was it 2 years ago?
This is the second or third year they've done it.
Okay. So anyway, whenever that first one was, I remember, because the guys that were out there at the end were pretty much out there the entire fourth quarter, because they were closing it out. And I remember being like, these are the elite players. These are not only are the best, obviously any All-Star there is an elite player, but of those 12 guys on each team, these are the 5 that are really holding it down.
Oh yeah.
So to me, to see Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan on separate teams out there in those crunch time minutes, basically throughout that entire fourth quarter, was pretty awesome. And then getting buckets, like you were saying.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
DeMar, who do you trust more to get a bucket than DeMar DeRozan right now? Right? Like,
yeah, I mean
LeBron with the step back, that everyone knew that was going in. That's fun, but DeMar's up there now, man.
No, he's definitely, as far as a closer goes, he's the guy right now you want the ball in his hands. So that was kind of cool. You brought up a good point about the Elam ending. Zach Lowe brought it up on his podcast this week with Jeff Van Gundy. I was going to run it by you. He said, is that just the way basketball should be played? Like, that's the last quarter.
We talk about this after every All-Star game. And this will come up again after the next All-Star game. Yes, 100.
Okay, because I kind of agree. Let's just do it. So they were talking about putting it in the G League for a season, which I 100% agree on. Like, just see if this thing works. Because if it works, man, that would be cool. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of, like, the negatives, like some things that could backfire. I know there was something they brought up about. It would have been interesting if LeBron had made that shot, because Team Durant needed a 3 to win it. So would they have fouled to put them on the line for 2, so they couldn't win it? So they have to get the ball back. So could that be like a wrinkle that would kind of suck?
Oh, sure.
But other than that, I'm like, it really takes away all the fouling, because you just have to get to that score. You can't, it's not about.
It reduces it
Yeah.
immensely. I feel like overall, that's a fun that's an interesting scenario though. Like I don't know, I would have to think about it, but we should have like an Elam ending. Well, I don't know, Elam ending um like the Seth Partnow guy. He always talks about the Elam ending should be how it's played. Anybody who's like a nerd with basketball talks about the Elam ending, and that's how it should be. It's just trying to get the mainstream basketball community to understand what the Elam ending is, and maybe giving it a new name instead of naming it after this Elam guy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
give it something that sounds a little cool. I mean, the Elam ending it does sound cool, I guess, in its own, but like you have to give it some sort of catchy name that sounds a little more.
Yeah, like
and then what
the
is
showdown. I don't know.
The only thing I was thinking of, all right, so obviously for the All-Star game and because of the Kobe thing, that's how it started, the 24. Is that just the number they would use, or if they went to like we want to have this as the way games end, how would they pick the number? You think?
So I remember they do this ending in the basketball tournament, the TBT tournament every year, and I feel like there's like a formula that they use to be like, all right, let's say a team is up by 15, that the team in the lead, you add like 21 more points to the lead, and then whoever gets to that first wins, right? It's always different depending on how the game went. So there is still some people, there's still like a significance to the first quarter, attributing to the fourth a little bit. But I don't know. I want to do a deep dive on the Elam ending the more we talk about it now.
Yeah, because I would definitely be curious. Like, all right, how does that work? What will be the point total you would add? And then, but I was thinking about it as far as like that would be so cool. Let's say it's game 5 of the finals. Your team is up 3-1, going into the lead of the fourth quarter, and then it's just this countdown of like, all right, we're 10 points away from the championship. Like that would be really cool. And then
it's just better basketball.
Yeah, and you get a quote unquote game winning shot every time. So that's kind of fun and interesting. So yeah, I'm all for it. I would be interested to see how it goes. Definitely if they did like some sort of midseason tournament like they've been talking about, or in the G League, it certainly would be fun to see how that goes.
I like it.
You want to move on to some NBA news?
We got a couple topics.
Yeah. So a lot of news happening this over the week. Actually, a couple weeks since we've been gone. But where do you want to start? You want to start with one of the injuries? You want to start
let's
with
talk about the injuries first.
All right. Let's do the injuries first. So there's two big injuries in the league right now. Additional injuries, I should say, to everybody else that's been out. But AD is out 4 weeks with the ankle sprain, I believe, and then CP3 is out 6 to 8 weeks with a broken thumb.
Yeah. So who's playing point guard for the Phoenix Suns? Is it Campaign? Is he the starter now?
I think that goes to Campaign.
I need to make sure. I can't remember if they picked somebody up or not.
Depth chart.
Yeah, took the depth on that, but the team's gonna be fine.
Yeah,
they're still gonna be like the
They'll still be the number 1 seed.
The fourth, maybe number 1 seed.
Yeah, I don't think they're 7 games up on Golden State. I think
it's crazy though. Like Ayton doesn't play, the team doesn't miss a beat. Now they don't have Chris Paul, so they just have Booker, Michael Bridges, and Ayton back. But like,
I think
it'll be interesting to see how they are. I don't know.
So one, I'm not actually concerned about this at all, to be honest. Like, this is one of the few ones where I'm like, it sucks for them, and I think maybe they could have had a really historic run, as far as a game total and like where their rankings would have, like statistical rankings at the end of the season would have been. It would have been kind of fun to see where they could have ended up, but I don't think that's going to happen now. But I think for them as a team, I think this is going to be good because one, I don't think they're going to drop much at all, whether they actually fall the second seed or not. I don't think they will. And then I think they could have, Booker could have a run here where he's just kind of the man and in charge. And I think that's what they need going into the playoffs. I love that CP3 is their guy, but I think at some point you need somebody that can just get a shot whenever he wants on anybody. And I think that's more of a Booker than Chris Paul. I think, he's a little bit smaller guy. They can put some larger guys on him and stuff, some better defenders. But what do you think on that? Do you think that they maybe could get something like that?
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think that's a good growth thing for Devin Booker to kind of, because he's never really been the alpha guy. I feel like it's always been like CP kind of holding it down for them. Even when he was the alpha, when Phoenix was bad,
Yeah, they were
you looked
bad.
at you looked at Booker as a good size bad team guy.
Yeah.
I just looked it up. Phoenix is up 6.5 games on Golden State. So yeah, they'll probably keep the 1 seed unless they have a
Just a
monumental
meltdown. Yeah.
a Brooklyn kind of collapse here. But yeah, Phoenix is gonna be fine. Like
Phoenix gonna be
we
fine.
can move on. Well, should we talk about Anthony Davis is out for 4 weeks. I don't even know if it's 4. I think it's just 4 weeks.
I think
They're
it's
saying
4 is what they're saying.
with us, was it a sprained ankle?
Sprained ankle. This is grade 2. Sprained ankle sounds
Great.
right.
What is up with Anthony Davis has never held. I want to like Anthony Davis so much. I remember him coming out. Larry Brown, the old coach out of from DT's coached everywhere, mentioned that if you have Anthony Davis on your team, you're guaranteed 50 plus wins at every season. And the problem is you barely get 50 plus games out of Anthony Davis in a season. Like this guy, he's just made of glass or something.
Yeah, man, it's really a bummer.
And the Lakers have the toughest strength of schedule left. Russ is already, there's already been rumblings about LeBron openly campaigning going back to Cleveland, which, I don't know if we want to talk about it. He fits so perfectly into that team, into Cleveland right now. It's stupid.
Put him on Cleveland would be awesome. And so I've been hearing some rumblings that maybe the young guys don't really want that or whatever, but man, put him on that team. That team's winning the title.
Darius Garland doesn't want LeBron in Cleveland?
Necessarily doesn't want him, but sub him out for, I think he'd probably take Marketing spot, probably, right, in the starting lineup.
Yeah, he fits there, but there's a lot of baggage that LeBron brings. I understand why someone like Darius or even Colin or Karras would not want that level of attention. They want to be the underdog guy. Once you get LeBron, you're expected to win the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
So nobody likes to be that guy. But anyways, with Anthony Davis out, the Lakers are already in 9th. They're 27-31. They're 4 games under 500. They're going to make the playoffs. They're going to, because Portland's the 10th seed. Is Anthony Simons really that good? I don't know. But it's not good, man. But this is the season from hell for the Lakers. And I was still on board even after everything. I'm like, oh yeah, Anthony Davis is back. They were 4-6 in the 10 games that he's played since he's been back from his previous injury. And now he got hurt again. Jesus. So I was thinking, oh yeah, they'll just figure it out. And no, now they won't. Now it's done, man. Bet against the Lakers when you can. It's over.
Man, I feel bad for LeBron.
Feel a little bad, but it's all right.
He's, he's made his bed. He wanted, to play with Anthony Davis. He wanted to play with Russell Westbrook, and then
you feel bad for him. Then you remember they're $1 billion. He's $1 billion athlete. Yeah. It's fine.
Just go to Cleveland next year.
Should we talk about? We talked about LeBron openly campaigning to return to Cleveland. That could happen. Cleveland could also beat Milwaukee in the first round of the playoffs in 6 games. We don't know. A lot of things could happen.
I think we know that one, but
but then what do you think about LeBron campaigning, kind of openly campaigning that his last season in the league will be whichever team his son plays for? Essentially, he didn't say it like that, but you know what I mean.
He's I'm gonna play with my son no matter what.
And at first I thought, so sorry, before you
no, go ahead.
I always thought whatever LeBron's saying, let's not look into it too much. But then I thought about it. LeBron, he knows whatever he says something, everyone's going to talk about it. So he's so calculated. He definitely said that on purpose.
Yeah, right? He's getting his son drafted is what he's doing.
That's guaranteed. Higher than he probably should be. Sorry. So what was your take? What did you think about that?
To be honest, I'm fine with it because I'm if I was in his position, I'd be yeah, I'm going to go play with my kid, dude. I don't care if I'm not not in the league and I have to come back for a minimum contract or some shit. I'm playing with this dude. So I don't see that side of it, but I can see the side from Bronny, hey, dude, just let me make the league on my own. And
that's the thing, man. Bronny's got so much pressure on him.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, he's barely a G League player. It's Bronny's pretty good. I don't know where he is right now in the prospects. I've seen him in the top 25 I've considered before.
Just, the name recognition alone, the guy's going to get drafted. He's going to get a shot. Yeah. I think even if even if LeBron had not said, I'm going to play with him, no matter what it takes, I think they're going to give him a shot.
Oh, every sibling gets a shot. Blake Griffin's older brother got a shot.
I remember
these guys get shots. It's fine, but
it's fine. So yeah, but I think it is kind of weird of the whole thing of I'm going to basically force my way to the team that has him because, like you said, it can be a distraction for the team, and
Yeah.
I don't know, just kind of weird.
Well, my favorite thing with that is, I don't know if he followed up with it, but the other nugget that everyone kept talking about was how he kept praising Sam Presti and all his great drafting and everything. It was like,
I was near
and
that.
Sam Presti, I'm pretty sure has like 4 first-round picks in 2023 or 24 when Bronny would get drafted. So it's just kind of like, oh, this is so
he's
perfect.
pulling the strings.
And like, oh, OKC could get a championship. I'll just give all these small towns new championships.
Yeah, come get it with. I'll come to your team, man. LeBron and OKC. Jeez, that'd be weird.
Could you imagine if he brought OKC a title and Kevin Durant?
Wow. I mean, I hope he gets to play with this kid, and it would be cool. I mean, it'd be cool if he won a title with this kid, but goes to Cleveland, 2024.
That's never happened, right? I mean, I think the best father. What's the best father-son athlete or sports moment? I'm pretty sure it's Ken Griffey and Craig Griffey Jr. hitting back-to-back home runs.
Yeah, I mean that's the only thing.
I think that happened.
Because I know in the NBA that they would be the first father-son duo to play together, right?
Yeah, no, that's why I went to baseball. Baseball's the only sport where that's even remotely possible.
Yeah, I didn't even know about that. The Ken Griffey thing. But that's cool.
I think that's it.
Back-to-back home runs. That's
baseball's got some fun stuff. I remember like Will Smith pitched against Will Smith, and Will Smith hit a home run off of like. But I don't know. This is not a baseball podcast.
If Bronny and Bron were on the same team, that would be pretty sweet, man.
But so I said the other thing about LeBron, like, you got to take everything he says as calculated, because Nikola Jokic said something else that if it wasn't Nikola Jokic, I think everyone would be reading into it more. But he was giving so much praise to Monty Williams. He was talking about how impressed he was with how he was leading his team, and like Ayton's not, he's on the last year here. Is Jokic looking to get his way to Phoenix? He's getting up there. I don't know.
Oh my God! Don't put Jokic on Phoenix. Good Lord.
With him and Booker and Michael Bridges, that's a trio, man.
Holy crap!
Get Ayton out. Get Ayton to wherever Ayton goes. It doesn't matter.
Sign and trade for Jokic.
Yeah, wow. Get him to sure.
I hadn't heard that conversation come out of All-Star Weekend, but that's kind of cool. Yeah,
I don't know what I'm. Like I said, I think Jokic is honestly just like a friendly, cuddly polar bear, where he looks like a polar bear, but then really he's gonna eat you alive if you get too close to him, as he's shown. But
you want it to happen. You're
we'll see it. We'll see it. Like
cryptic.
Like Jokic is he the MVP right now? He's the most talented guy. I was not going down. No, I mean, his stats are insane.
His stats are insane. If you look at it statistically, he's
averaging nearly 8 assists, 14 boards, 26. This is stupid. This is stupid numbers.
And I mean, like the teams, I know they're not as good as maybe they're supposed to be, but they're not bad, and they're missing 2 key guys.
Him and Luka are like the only reason those teams are top 6 in the West.
Yeah, I would be fine if Jokic got the MVP again. I don't think he's going to, but speaking of cryptic things, one other little note of stuff was that Zion was left off of New Orleans Pelicans promo email or something.
That's not even like cryptic. That's just like, okay, Zion's no longer with the team. That is massive. I don't know why I only saw that on Reddit. I don't think I heard that anywhere else yet. Maybe so you sent us
as a clip it was like an email to season ticket holders, right?
All season ticket holders to renew for next season.
And they listed off their players that
they listed off Ingram, CJ McCollum, Jonas Valanciunas, and they did not. So you listed off some players, but then you don't list off your number 1 pick, your franchise quote unquote guy.
The reason you're getting season tickets?
Yeah. Who would be the reason to do it for 90% of the people?
Whoa.
I don't know, man.
That dude's God, man.
And then JJ Redick, he mentioned on his podcast how the year that he played, he always talked about Zion as a detached player. Like he wasn't surprised that CJ McCollum has not talked to Zion yet, which I'm surprised that.
Yeah.
It's like, Zion's not, because Zion's got the talent and the pedigree to be considered the franchise player. As a franchise player, you reach out to the guys when they're come to the
Yeah, well, like,
team,
come on.
especially when you're hurt. You got to go out your like. So it's like, okay, what's going on here, Zion? Like, it's not a great look here.
No, and maybe I'll just give the benefit of the doubt that he's just a young guy and doesn't really know how to lead yet, or doesn't feel comfortable in that position. But
Yeah,
it's just not looking good with that. That email promo ad, the way he's not kind of reaching out to the guys that are coming onto the team from the trade deadline. It's a tough look, man.
and one thing I got to remind myself: Zion Williamson is 21 years old. He turns 22 this summer, so maybe that's something to do with it. At 21, I was still in college. I didn't know what I was going to be doing with my life, and
maybe you were wanting to go to New York and play in the Madison.
But the thing is, if I was an NBA superstar, I'd reach out to the guy we just signed.
Yeah,
we just got
especially
traded
CJ
to.
McCollum. Like, hey, dude,
I'm not that young, but I'm that stupid. Zion's gone. That's confirmed. Zion is gone. And if he's in New Orleans, I'd be shocked next year. Like, more shocking than
Is he up at the end of the season or no? I don't know exactly.
I don't think. Oh man. Okay, so I know he's up for because the big talk with Zion was the extension, but I think there's a team option still. Let's check Spot Track. Can I?
Yeah, so we'll have to see. While you do that, I can kind of. I mean, it's just kind of curious the way the conversation is around that team and the way he's been acting. I know that there was a stat I saw that in the first 3 seasons, him and Greg Oden, he's played 3 more games than Greg Oden in the same amount of time. 3 more games.
That's amazing.
So it's like we're getting to the point of like, hey, is this dude even going to be in the league? Right? Like, is this what's happening? You were talking about Anthony Davis being hurt all the time. It's just, I mean, you hope not. You hope it's not a Greg Oden situation. You hope it's not a guy that's just injury prone. But
so he's signed through next year too.
Yeah. Okay. And then it's the Zion sweepstakes.
So Zion can't do this for another year, right? Can he?
No, he has to play next year. I mean, if he's not playing next year, he's not signing a max deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you're gonna do, because New York will still sign him anyway. I mean, if he only plays like 60 games next year, but
poor Pelicans, man, they just can't get a big guy that can stay healthy.
No.
And now there's talks about moving the team, which, like, why did New Orleans get a team again if you're just talking about moving it again? I guess New Orleans is just not a great market. Go to Seattle.
Seattle.
I don't know why Seattle doesn't have a team, but it's neither here nor there. I know we want to talk about what for the rest of the season, but we'll say that with Joey next week.
The only thing I want to touch on was the halftime, the 75th anniversary, bringing out of all 75 players. Thoughts on that? I mean, I thought it was pretty cool.
It was better than I thought. Like, at first I was just kind of like rolling my eyes. What is this? Like, whatever. But it's like, you know what? These are like the best players ever. This is like, these are all legends. It's kind of fun to see.
Yeah, and you were seeing some cool groupings of, guys together and in pictures and hugging and stuff. LeBron and Jordan, sharing a moment there. Yeah, I just want to hear that conversation so bad.
Right, and like there's moments with Michael Jordan was everywhere. It was like, he was good with Rodman, but he's not good with Charles Barkley. He's not good with, was Pippen there? I don't remember.
No, Pippen didn't come.
Pippen didn't go,
and I can tell you 100% that's because he knew like he didn't want to be there after the book and everything coming out. I don't think he wanted to show up.
Yeah, he kind of sold his.
Tim Duncan wasn't there. That kind of sucked. He would have been cool.
I'm surprised Tim Duncan didn't go.
I think he's just kind of maybe not the kind of guy that wants to do that.
I think my favorite thing was when they all took the picture. Like, I don't know, they all had their hands up for whatever reason. Yeah. Everybody in the picture smiling, and then you see Kawhi Leonard just like stone-faced Kawhi.
Stone Kawhi.
And like, but
I just love seeing cool. MJ. And MJ coming out last. I think that I heard it somewhere. I forget what podcast. That was like he's the GOAT. It was like we're all acknowledging he's the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
You close it with Jordan because
when it's the top 100 in 25 years, is MJ still the GOAT?
LeBron's going to be the GOAT, but
right. Are we just and that's going to be for 2 reasons, because a lot of time has passed. So like, because like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar should be considered the best player of all time, but nobody ever saw him. Not nobody, but there's more people who haven't seen him play than saw Jordan play, right? So it's like, oh no, Jordan's the GOAT. But like in 25 years, there's going to be more people that saw LeBron play more than Jordan. So it's going to be like, no, LeBron's the GOAT. And then eventually that's going to be taken over by whoever else.
Yeah,
I don't
the
know.
GOATs are always changing, man. You got to let him go. Jordan was as great as he was, and he's holding it for a while. But I think that's kind of why I really like their kind of conversation. I think Jordan may be kind of acknowledging LeBron's the guy. That's kind of what it felt like to me. A little bit of a passing of the torch of like,
no, I
it's
don't
your
know.
thing, man.
I don't feel like Jordan's
gonna
not
have.
that guy.
I mean, I don't know if he's thinking about. I think he knows he has to know. Like this dude, if he gets a couple more rings, he's gonna have it because LeBron's gonna have
but I mean, saying if a couple more rings, that's a lot. Like that's tough to do.
Yeah, but I mean, LeBron's really good. He gets on a good team. He gets on Cleveland.
It's the Cleveland.
It's the Cleveland.
He fits there like a glove, man. They have 3 point guards, or they have 3 guards that are all starters, and they have 2. They have so many big men.
Yeah.
Like, it's just glorious to see all those big men, and they just plug LeBron right in. If he's on there tomorrow, Cleveland wins the championship this year.
Oh yeah. If he's on there tomorrow, they win the title this year. Yeah, I agree.
So,
yeah, I think you said next week we're gonna do a little look into the remainder of the season. I think there's about like 20, 30 games, something like that left.
Yeah,
depending on what teams have played. We're gonna do an update on our picks from the preseason when Joey's back. He's busy updating the doc as we speak. And then we'll kind of review the games from
there's
this week.
Only like 21 games left.
Yeah, it's the push to the.
What is up with this? This is such weird timing. Anyways,
it's not the halfway point.
No, there's 21, 22 games left for each team. It depends. 19 some.
There might be some makeup games in there and stuff like that. But yeah, no, not a lot of time left. Not a lot of time to integrate new players. Not a lot of time to get guys healthy for the push in the playoffs. So,
one other note: Brooklyn. New York's likely gonna remove the sanctions for masks indoors, so Brooklyn can stop losing and start winning again to like not get every away game. Like this team is in 8th place. It's so weird.
I mean, but I think when they get Ben back and when they get Durant, I think they're gonna be okay. So
Ben was there's a video with Ben practicing with Kyle Korver for
get
so
some shots
if you want a guy to get some shots up, you learn from Kyle Korver, man. Like
just
that's
shoot him in the game,
from.
Ben. Shoot him in the game.
He might now, dude. His first basket back is gonna be a 3-pointer from the top of the key.
You just throw it up.
Yeah.
There was somebody brought it up on a podcast this week I was listening to. If there's a Philly Brooklyn series, like a game 6, game 7, does Doc do the heck of Ben?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Send it to the line. Yeah. Like just how fucked up that would be, man. We know you left because of this, but we're gonna foul you anyway. Jesus, that would be.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Next week we're definitely gonna break down some of the potential storylines because Joey posted the current playoff bracket as it stands right now.
There's so much I want to talk about. Like,
yeah,
Boston's hot, right? Yeah, but it's
just juicy. Yeah, next week is going to be a good one for sure. This week we're kind of just ramping back into the season, no games. So, well, with that, you think you're ready to wrap it up here?
Yeah, I'm all set.
All right, well, that is it for us tonight. Join us next week to talk more NBA basketball. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch at the Box Out Boys. Slide into those DMs. Join us live Wednesdays at 8:30. Send us an email to theboxoutboys@gmail.com. And as always, like, subscribe, and review wherever you listen to this at now. We very much appreciate it. So for Chris, Joey, and Adam, I'm Titus. Until next time, Box out.